Hi there, Kath Gammack, Rig Market Analyst with Westwood Global Energy, here with a quick recap on some of the offshore rig market highlights, covering the period 5th up to and including the 11th of October. The past week saw Shelf Drilling firm up long-term contracts for 2 jackups. Firstly, the driller confirmed that jackup Shelf Drilling Achiever has now been awarded a 3-year firm contract for work off Nigeria. The deal with an unnamed operator will begin this month and comes with an option for up to 2 years of additional work at a mutually agreed day rate. Secondly, its jackup Adriatic 1 received a 2-year extension to continue working offshore Nigeria. The rig is currently working for Conoil under a deal due to end in February 2025, which now extends into early 2027, with a further 1-year option also available. News reports suggest that KMG Drilling and Services owned jackup Sati has been secured for a long-term commitment with Dragon Oil in the Turkmen sector of the Caspian Sea. Also, no details of the contract were divulged, and as previously reported by RigLogix, the operator had issued a tender for a 5-year campaign commencing in 2024. The rig has been idle since concluding a drilling campaign with BP of Azerbaijan in 2022. Ocean Oilfields jackup Arias Driller is to remain on hire with Pakistan Petroleum offshore the United Arab Emirates until at least the first quarter of 2025, but potentially into the second quarter of the year. The rig is currently drilling the Al Batin exploration well within offshore Block 5, with results expected next month. The rig also has a deal lined up next year with ADNOC Offshore, covering a firm 230-day period plus a 100-day option. Other activities over the past week saw the Norwegian Ocean Industry Authority issue 3 consents. Vår Energy is to drill well 7122/9-2 in production license 1131 of the Barents Sea using deepwater semi-Kossel prospector. Aker BP will use Odfjell Drilling deepwater semi Deep Sea Nordkapp to drill well 6507/2-8 in production license 942 of the Norwegian North Sea. And Equinor is to drill well 6610/7-3 in production license 1014 of the North Sea, using Odfjell Drilling ultra-deepwater semi Deep Sea Atlantic. Further to the news in April, Beach Energy has provided further details for the upcoming offshore gas Victoria project in the Otway Basin off Australia. The environmental plan was open for public consultation on the 16th of September. A supplementary consultation is underway. The latest information disclosed is that preliminary activities would start from November this year with seabed assessments to determine suitable drilling and infrastructure locations. Subject to internal and external approvals, P&A of suspended legacy wells and drilling of new wells would commence from March 2025 and may continue up to January of 2026. Each well would take between 30 to 40 days to drill, depending on whether the well is viable and will be developed for production. Each P&A well would take around 15 to 20 days. The timing of activities will be subject to final approvals, the availability of the drilling rig after it completes work scope for other companies and weather conditions. BP submitted its development plan for the Ginger field off Trinidad and Tobago during the third quarter to the Ministry of Energy. Drilling is expected to begin in the first quarter of next year. The Ginger discovery well, which lies in around 260 feet of water, was drilled in 2019 by Valaris jackup Joe Douglas, which is now known as Valaris 118. BP currently has the rig under contract off Trinidad until June of 2025. Vår Energy is in receipt of a drilling permit from the Norwegian Offshore Directorate for wells 7122/7-8 and 7122/8-3S in production licence 229 of the Barents Sea. Drilling will be carried out by Deepwater Semi Coastal Prospector. As a reminder, the rig commenced mobilisation on the 29th of September to the Goliath field. Odfjell Drilling Deepwater Semi Deep Sea Nordkapp, which is under a long-term contract with Aker BP, has moved from well 35/6-5S in production licence 1110 of the North Sea and is now located at well 34/6-7S in production licence 932. And finally, Equatorial Guinea and Gabon have both put their claims to the International Court of Justice over disputed waters that are believed to be potentially hydrocarbon rich and which Shell once thought it had control of. The dispute over a handful of islands in the Mbeni zone has prevented the full exploration of the waters. At one time, Shell said it had an exploration licence for the Mbeni zone with the Gabonese authorities, but it put the project on hold because of the territorial dispute. The issue began in 1972, but in 2004, the two governments signed an agreement to draw up an accord on joint oil exploration. However, this did not materialise. Gabon told the ICJ the matter had already been settled by the 1974 Bata Convention, but this is disputed by Equatorial Guinea. The original document has disappeared, and Gabon only has a photocopy of a photocopy, while Equatorial Guinea said it was surprised when the document appeared at a meeting between the two countries in 2003, as it did not know of its existence. That's it for this week. Many thanks for listening. Hope you find this of interest. If you'd like more information on RigLogix, please visit our website, www.westwoodenergy.com.